of Industry Insights, where we take a deeper look at the MRAA Baird Trade-Only Marine Retailers Pulse Report. This is for the month of February 2025. You'll see the date of March 6th on here. But let's first talk about some of the themes you'll find within this document. One is that decline in Marine Retailer Sentiment Index. You can see that in both the current sentiment index dropped and the 3 to 5 year outlook took a harder turn and a drop from a 45 in January to 39 now where we're at. But some of the other things that are going on are that discounts are driving sales. There's still high inventory levels out there. Lending and financing are causing some problems, whether it's just consumer sentiment that is and hesitation about the market, or just stiffer lending parameters out there. A pontoon market itself is a little bit of a challenge because a lot of dealers are saying it's a stiff competition out there. There's some saturation and it's hard to compete with all the units that are available. Other things to look at, we'll go to the retail results. And one thing you can see here is dealers have 41% said reported growth and about 36% of decline. You can see with the net line, we've surpassed or getting close to that zero mark. We've actually surpassed it. So that's the first time in a while that you can see that we've hit that midline part. And then with used boat retail, we're about the same with the net line, and they're about equal with 35 reporting growth and 35% reporting declines. Another thing I want to point out with you is, as far as inventory goes, the drop we were seeing in new boat inventory took a little bit of a stop here in February, but it is still, as many dealers have said, 65% said it was still too high. And then with used boat inventory, I had a conversation the other day with a dealer that said used boats are moving as soon as he gets them in. So you can see that here with the results where they're leveling out and the net line has steered towards zero, with 35% dealers saying that's too high and 35% saying that the inventory for used boats is too low. Something I want to point out is the April MRAA Spotlight page will feature best practices and resources to help you improve your F&I. I said that was one of the pain points. So we asked dealers about that. What are some of your F&I pain points? Do you have a dedicated F&I manager or a team? And 39% of those participating said they did not have that. So there's an area of growth and improvement for some of the dealers out there. They can focus on F&I and getting processes and people in place to help improve that area of their business. And the other part that we asked was, what were some of the pain points or most challenging hurdles that you're facing in F&I? And limited lender options and competitive rates was the number one response, followed by consumer hesitation or pushback on F&I products. And one comment I want to point out, is a vast number of boaters are getting older. The baby boomers, they have been avid boat enthusiasts more than their lives, but now choosing to downsize to a smaller, easier to manage boats. They are a great resource for trade-ins and continue to be a great revenue source for your dealership. As many no longer want to do their own service work maintenance, it's important to cater to their specific needs and offer extra assistance when it might be helpful. It shows you care and value their business. That's great feedback from that dealer. It's an anonymous survey, so we don't know who said that. But again, it's a great feedback and something to think about as we move forward throughout the year. And as we know that the average age of our boating customer is at the 60 year of age or an older. You can see there's a lot more detail in here. So I want to remind you that you can always find Here's retail by category. You can find some of the categories like aluminum greater than 16 feet, which saw its first positive blip in recent times, as well as fiberglass stern drives under 30 feet, which also saw 2 consecutive months of growth after a long time of negative decline. I think PWC and jet boats also saw a little positive blip in the month of February. So remember, as an MRAA member, you have access to all the Pulse reports, both in the historical library as well as the current month. And you can also then provide your own insights for your market, your region, your thoughts, your business, what's going on in your area to help other dealers and the industry grow together. So that's what I have for this month's Industry Insights. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.